Enric Sala once said, "The ocean is like a checking account where everybody withdraws but nobody makes a deposit." This is what is happening because of overfishing. Our oceans are being taken over with force and rage to take away the lives that live in and around the sea. However, there is a way that you can help end overfishing. The overuse of fishing causes many problems that affect aquatic life and even human life. Unless you want ecosystems and environment to die off and put the earth in a state of danger, consider the goal to end overfishing. Overfishing is a threatening availability for foods for millions of people and destroying oceans, animals, and ecosystems internationally. I have done a significant amount of research on this topic using credible sources, and I have learned about overfishing when I visited the Shedd Aquarium in Chicago. First, I will explain what overfishing is and why it is an issue. Second, I will talk about how animals and ecosystems are affected by overfishing. Last, I will discuss what you can do to help save the oceans and its organisms. For centuries, people have been capturing their food by fishing. Though fishing may be a fun way to spend time, over the years fishers have abused regulations which leads to overfishing, which kills off the Earth's environment. Overfishing occurs when more fish are caught than the population can reduce through natural production. This is a definition from the World Wildlife website that directly explains what overfishing is. The cause of this issue is that fishermen are trying to make a profitable exchange, which actually is causing more serious consequences. There's a term called bycatch that means unwanted fish and other unwanted marine creatures are captured by commercial fishing employees. According to Greenpeace.org, bycatch kills 63 billion pounds of marine life every year. There are 26 species, along with 18 species being of the albatross family, which are birds, are exposed to death threats and extinction. This is only one example of the many threats of overfishing. Believe it or not, humans are also victims of overfishing. Billions of people rely on seafood as their source of meals. Without the proper techniques and management at fisheries and commercial fishing operations, we will face a food crisis. Overfishing is a controversial issue. Some people think that fishing different types of species help provide economic growth while feeding millions of people. It is a healthier alternative to other sources of meat. Overfishing has spread all over the globe and has been present for centuries. Commercial fishing is beneficial to the economy, according to ScienceDaily.com. In 2006, the fishing industries made over $185 million. They were also able to provide 2 million jobs to people in the United States. That might be true, however, these workers will not have jobs in the future because there will be no fish to catch. Overfishing may cause extinction, but it helps produce new species of marine life to the people. Now the public has more food choices, according to ConnectUs.com. Although this may seem efficient for the future, eating unknown species will become a controversy and may encounter death threats. Now I have explained how the common theories are wrong about overfishing. I will discuss what has happened and what will happen to the affected animals and ecosystems. Marine lives are being executed from oceans every day. Not only are there fish and bycatch lives being trapped by commercial fishers, overfishing also causes damage to animals that aren't caught in the act. One major change is the animals in their physical state. Creatures will become smaller and weaker due to the lack of nutrients from other fish, crabs, shrimps, and many other marine lives. According to the RevolutionMovie.com, if overfishing continues, more species will be driven to extinction and aquatic ecosystems will collapse. Due to not having the proper proteins and prey, many of the population sizes will decrease. The makeup of animals are crucial. Every animal is a predator or a prey to one another. This is called the food chain, and it is an important role in their dietary lifestyle. With the decrease in fish populations, the size of other organisms will have to adapt to a new food chain. The size of sharks, which are already endangered, will be decreased. Sharks, along with other animals, will shrink in size and have to force themselves to eat other organisms. Aquatic animals aren't the only affected species, but also many families of birds. This will change the food chain. Animals will eventually shape into new species. With the creation of new species, humans will not know how to properly deal with the situations, and our Earth will be in a state of danger. The animals that live in the oceans live in ecosystems. One of the most important ecosystems are called coral reefs. Coral reefs provide homes and food for many organisms. Reefs also give life to algae and other sea life. Fish called coral reef fish that live around the reefs are even more vulnerable to overfishing than open ocean fish because of their biology, according to coral.org. These fish need reefs to survive. Overfishing destroys the reef, thus destroying the fish that live around the ecosystem. Not only do coral reefs provide marine life, but They also impact human life. The ecosystem helps protect coastlines through wave control during tropical storms, collects over millions of dollars from tourism, and they also provide natural resources like food and drugs, and the list still continues. We now can see that animals and ecosystems are important for the oceans and humans. Are you wondering how you can help save the planet? Luckily, there are many things that you can do by making simple changes. Overfishing is a growing problem, and it won't end without the help of people. It is time to start giving back to our oceans that we take for granted. One way you can end overfishing is by joining a campaign and support organization. Some organizations you can become a member of is the World Wildlife Fund and Greenpeace Canada, and many other groups. This way you can speak your voice with people that have the same views as you, coming together to work towards more sustainable oceans. Another thing you can do is eat smart, making smart and wise consumer choices. Educate yourself on what fish is good for you and what fish is bad, and what fish we should keep in the ocean. If you want to keep eating fish, only eat small fish. Also make sure seafood is labeled under the Marine Stewardship Council. In closing, overfishing is an inefficient, huge problem for our beautiful planet and its creatures. Today I have explained what overfishing is. Then I explained that animals and ecosystems are being endangered. Finally, I explained how you can help contribute to humanity by helping end overfishing and save our planet by doing so. Overfishing is threatening availability of food for millions of people and destroying oceans, animals, ecosystems internationally. Fish are friends, but they're also a main source of people's food. We know that overfishing is not a good way to catch our food. This causes more problems to fish organisms and even humans. Food scarcity is a fear for our future. Humans and marine life can disagree about the circle of life. This time, can disagree to agree. This time, it will be a more efficient way by ending overfishing. And this is an example of a commercial fisherman catching fish that are in the ocean. And all these fish will either be captured to be eaten or they'll throw back in the ocean because they're not good enough to be food.
This is Mom. I'm so sorry. I forgot to do the final sweep at the end of Adriana's awesome speech. Sorry.